think a kid like him, or a young man like him, I just think it's a calming factor. I think when you play safety, just like Mike linebacker, like how Ernie does, guys like to be on the field with you because they know what's going on, and the communication. He's like a coach on the field. So I just think you just get an extra guy without being an extra green dot on the field that's really a leader, a great communicator, a tough kid. I just think you get a leader and a role model, and I think a lot of our guys, seeing how he has battled back from the injury he's had, did everything he did right, trying to get back, and I just think he has a lot of respect. So I just think he can push guys. Sometimes coaches do it all the time, and I think now you just gain an extra guy on the field that can push his teammates by the way he acts and the way he responds to adversity or good or bad plays. I just think he's kind of what you think about as a Michigan Wolverine defensive back here. Yeah, I think the young guys here, you just have to understand the standard of play here. I think the biggest jump as a high school kid, as a freshman to come here, is just the demand when you come to school. You're always in the limelight. Everything you do is going to be magnified. And I think these kids are kind of growing up by experience. They're not perfect. None of us are. But I also think that the experience to play early at a place like Michigan in recruiting, it's easy to tell a kid you're gonna get an opportunity to play, and then you look up and you look on the tape and you see a lot of freshmen playing all the way. I mean, we had a freshman play 30 snaps in the OU game. So I just think when you tell kids that, a lot of coaches say we play guys early, but then they really don't. We just want to make sure that we get the guys prepared so when the opportunity calls, those guys are able to play. But I do think those guys, it's a lot of first-year starters, a lot of true freshmen playing and traveling. We're playing a lot of guys on defense. I think we had like 35, 36 guys the game before, a lot of guys. I just think that's something that we try to preach our guys. If you get on the bus, you get on the plane, be ready to play. Well, I think, what the crazy thing about Jaden to me is, he wasn't early enrollee, so he got here in the summer because he was doing basketball and stuff like that. I think his dad is a former DB at TCU. He's a really good player. His mom's a former athlete at University of Houston. So, you got parents that preach discipline. He's coming from a blue-collar program in Kilgore, Texas. They're a tough-nosed blue-collar program. He played offense and defense. A lot of our DBs that we recruit here do that in high school. I just think he's mature. You can coach him. He's smart. He works really hard. And I think when his time was coming, he was ready to go.